Okay, guys, I'm going to show a couple of fairly big money trades from the chat room today. CLNE was one of them, and I got to say, I wouldn't have found this if it wasn't for one of our members, Michael J. When CLNE looked like this, Michael J posted in the chat room, "Hey, CLNE nearing the high of the day." Now, normally I wouldn't care, or it wouldn't mean that much, but we all knew that CLNE just got killed yesterday. And then it did a great thing. If you're looking, keep in mind, I didn't even have this on watch, but I was trading yesterday, so I knew how weak CLNE was. So when he posted CLNE nearing the high of the day, it was interesting. So I brought up the chart real quick, and it did everything I looked for. Okay, you had a huge day down yesterday. And you can't really see it on this chart, but I'll show you the daily in a minute. And then you had a gap down. You got to love that. And you know what? It never took out the 5-minute low, and it's going sideways. This is just a pure play, easy play on a high of day break. We actually call it a gap down bounce play setup. Okay, mouthful, but makes absolute sense. The gap down is where a bunch of shorts are jumping in because it was so weak yesterday, right? But it doesn't take out the 5-minute low, and you've got a battle going on. Once this breaks the high of the day, that's an easy trade. I called it, thanks to Michael J, called it 956, which is a break of the early high of 955, and a 940 stop. Look what happens. Within 5-minute candles here, 5, 10, 15 minutes, this thing does this huge push up to 1029. So from 956 to 1029 in very short order, and was easy money, and just a testament to the teamwork in the chat room. Also BDSI. Intraday chart here using 15-minute candles. You can see this nice candle right here, this hammer candle. I'm going to slide the daily over. This is what the daily looked like, and this is why it had my attention. 15 million shares a couple weeks ago, right? And then it pulls back, and it's really holding the 8-day moving average, and a nice green hammer candle yesterday. So I really like this one over 8. It went through 8 this morning, but it really had no volume, and so I just didn't want to call it. But on this pullback, I like the way it was holding the 8-period moving average on 15-minute candles. So I went ahead and just called it long over this candle. All right, so the entry was 803 and the stop 789, I think. Let me get the daily out of the way here. Oh, well, I can add the daily in. You can see the nice pop we got. Okay, so then there's the trigger, and next thing you know, look at that. Some folks don't like these lower priced, lower volume stocks, but they can. I generally try to stick to stocks. If I'm going to play a lower volume stock, I try to stick to stocks that have made in the last couple weeks a crazy volume move, right? And BDSI met those parameters, and I love the chart. Take today's candle out of it. I love the chart going into today. And it was a nice low risk setup. So I made almost 5% on some of that trade there, selling into shape and taking the entry and everything. So those are a couple highlights from today. I had a few other trades from today. I actually had my biggest day of the week so far. But those are the two that, in my opinion, show the clean setups and the type of stuff we look for. Other stuff was I was kind of nickel and diming my way higher, so I'm not going to babble any further. We will talk to you guys tomorrow.